Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel, angels. Welcome to my channel for all my new subscribers. My name is Aisha Christina. How are you feeling today? I got a little spicy video for you guys. I know you're gonna love it. Yeah. So since you're gonna love it, how about you give this video a thumbs up? Because you're gonna like what you're gonna hear, I can assure you. Also, make sure that you're following me on Instagram, Aisha Christina Foster. Make sure that you are listening to my podcast. You subscribe to podcasts, I think that's what it's called, subscribe to my podcast. If you need any advice from me, you can find me on Wizio, which will also be in the description box below. And also, I have a highlight tab on my Instagram that's dedicated to how to get advice from me. And also, make sure your post notifications are turned on so that you're notified every single time that I post. Let's get right on into this video, okay? Stop recycling men, because I know that we all love to do this thing where, we constantly go back and forth, with the toxic ex. And a lot of the times it's because, one, it's human psychology. We don't go towards what makes us happy. We go towards what's familiar. We don't want to start over with another person. Our brain tends to trick us and give more meaning and significance to things that we shouldn't because we're so familiar with that person. We almost don't even want to discover the unknown or potentially even being happier with another individual because we'd rather stick with the devil that we know, right? Let's talk about the types of men that we need to stop recycling, starting with number one, broke and broken Bruce. Yeah. This guy, okay, he needs to pick a struggle because you cannot be both. If you want to elevate and live a certain lifestyle for yourself, this guy is not the one to do that with. If you're going to sit here and choose to deal with someone that's playing video games all day long, if you even ask them to do something like whatever, how minuscule the task may be, which the only thing they can really do are trivial tasks because they probably aren't contributing much. They have an attitude with you doing it. Excuse me, take a break off of Twitch and actually do something around here for once. This is not making any sense. I don't understand how dynamics like this could work because you can't be someone's therapist and their mother if you are going to be in a relationship with this person. It doesn't align. It doesn't make sense. This is what I personally believe. Usually, men enjoy taking that provider role on. If they're not able to provide, sometimes it can erode their confidence. And this can manifest in an unhealthy way where they are overly aggressive or feel this need to be overly masculine and to prove that they really are a man. So it can make them, like I said, aggressive, very sensitive to things that you say because they do. And they will feel emasculated when they know that if they're probably shacking up in your house and they're not contributing to anything and you tell them anything to do and they would rather be doing something else, they want to feel like, oh, well, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'm this, I'm that. No, but I will. And no, but you will too. That's what's going to happen when you find yourself in a dynamic. And I'm being very realistic. When you find yourself in a dynamic where you're doing most of the legwork, your back hurts from carrying this relationship, from holding up the fort of the house. You can't do it all, okay? Nobody wants to be working all day long and they come home and their man is just sitting at home doing nothing with his Twitch streams, okay? Whatever that may be. To be honest, I know you can make a lot of money on Twitch, but let's be real here. That's not where he's going. If no one told you this by now, he's been losing all the games, babe. He's not winning at those games. This is just a practice run for him. So I didn't want to be the one to tell you. I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's not going to happen. It's a long shot. Okay. I want to actually add this, that if you are someone that's young and you're in your 20s, please manage your expectations. I know a lot of the times when people want to talk about leveling up and all these types of things, you have to manage your expectations. There are not going to be that many. It's not impossible because obviously it exists, but what is the likelihood that every single 20-something-year-old that you encounter is going to be a massive millionaire? So I think the reason why I talk about managing your expectations is because you cannot expect to live this Instagram life that you may see other people living when, one, not only do you not know how they're getting the things that they're getting, but it causes a lot of pressure. like I said, you don't know how certain people are living their life. If you're someone, especially that's in your early 20s, you are going to have to be in a position where you are growing with someone. And I realized that was the answer, because if you are someone that's not going to be dating someone that's going to be older than you, and people that are older normally should be in a more financially stable place than someone that is in their early 20s, or maybe even in their 20s period, but mainly in their early 20s, it's not realistic to expect certain things. No, this person cannot go buy you a Chanel bag. You're going on vacations like a million times during, in the year. Manage your expectations as to what you are considering to be broke in a dynamic. Because when I say broke and broken, okay, I'm talking about someone that is very emotionally immature on a serious note, and someone that is broke, meaning in more ways than just financially, okay? This person can't contribute anything from a leadership perspective. This person has no ambition. And then this person has the audacity to also not have the financial means as well. When you're young in your 20s, a lot of the times, all the people that I've come across too, you're growing together, okay? As long as your outlook on life is the same and you guys, whatever that agreement is, you know that this person is contributing in the best way that they actually can, then I think that is something to consider, okay? I wouldn't just be like, ugh, you don't have this amount of money. And it's like, okay, babe, this guy's 22. You're right. Like, were you a millionaire at 22? I'm not even necessarily saying that you have to have all the time, like what you're trying to get maybe from someone, but I think it's fair to say that I think we should kind of come close a little bit, right? Because then especially at that age, it's kind of like, how can you expect something so incongruous to your own life? Manage your expectations, just saying. Next, we got Lyin Larry, because we've all encountered this clown. Yeah. This guy can't seem to tell the truth for anything. It is almost pathological at this point. In fact, it is. This guy has a business idea. Great. It never takes off. All right. You ask why? Well, because his business partner scammed him out of his money. You're here trying to be understanding over here. Oh, yeah, okay. I guess I'll wait another 6 months or so for you to contribute to the rent, I guess. All right, that's fine. And meanwhile, this guy's lying to you. He has zero intention of actually doing anything that he says he's going to do. Okay, I dated this guy once, and he still is a clown. And he literally told me this invention that he had. And I remember specifically being at the Wynn Hotel in Vegas, which is one of my favorite hotels. And he was talking to me about this invention he had that he was going to curate for the use of recreational marijuana, in which I have no interest in at all. No offense to anyone that does. I just don't have any interest in it. And I still to this day don't know what he was talking about. So what I just said to you was the story that I got. And you were confused too, right? Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. And he was a liar. He did not complete those pipe dreams. It was never going to happen. If you ask this guy where he was last night, he's lying to you. He's trying to have his boy. Oh my God, I told you I stayed home. Yo, ask my boy Brian. Yeah, okay. Because Brian's going to tell me. No, Larry was actually out at the club off this chick's and he was totally wasted out of his mind. In fact, he actually had to get carried out of the club because, I totally told him we should not have pre-gamed by taking, drinking a whole bottle of Captain Morgan on an empty stomach. We shouldn't have did that. Yeah. You think you're going to hear the truth? No. His friend's going to be like, yeah, he was totally at home. Come on, be realistic. People like this, like Lyin Larry, they lie so much that you almost feel bad for them. You almost stay with them because you're like, this is comedy at its finest at this point. Bring out the cameras. Because this guy, you just know, you feel bad for him. You're like, you know what? The fact that someone even needs to lie this much, I probably should stay with them. Because at this point, I'm protecting this person from themselves because they are liars. You cannot make an excuse and constantly cycle back. This guy calls you up and tells you it's going to be different this time. And that was a lie. The lie detector test has determined that was a lie. Yeah. Everything he says is a lie. Lie. Don't listen to anything that these people say. They are liars. They don't have any remorse. They're going to keep on exploiting your empathy, okay, and forgiveness because you feel bad for them. I had a friend who literally was talking to one of the guys that she used to talk to, and this guy is just a liar with conviction. Oh, a dangerous one, okay? Yeah, actually a lot of liars do lie with conviction. It's quite interesting, honestly. That's how I know it's pathological. He tells her, I'm on my way, and never shows up. Where are you on your way to? Did you fly into space before Elon Musk did? And you didn't let me know? I'm very concerned and I'm confused. How are you on your way? On your way where? Inquiring minds would like to know. And that just like sent me, and I've ascended out of my body. I said to myself, how could someone be that insane that they say I'm on my way and they don't show up? Can you imagine? Shocked, flabbergasted, confused. Like, anyway, now, with that being said, someone that's gonna lie is definitely gonna cheat. This leads me to guy number 3, cheating chase. How are you? I see you. We've all encountered a cheating chase before in our lives. This guy, a lot of the times, tends to be super charismatic. He has like a harem of women around him. And more importantly, this guy forces you to play detective. Now, as we know from experience, my previous videos, any guy that's going to put you in a position where he's forcing you essentially to play detective is not a healthy individual to be around at all. And this guy can't help himself. He's very insecure. Clearly he's broken. Any man that has to get his confidence from sleeping with multiple women, obviously that's someone that you don't want to be with, but this is also someone that hates their life and clearly treats women like they are disposable. And honestly, I'd even argue that a man that has time to cheat with a whole bunch of women all the time, like, I mean like a considerable amount, not like one person, not excusing cheating, but you guys are picking up what I'm laying down, is a man that's not making money. Dating women is expensive. Dating period is expensive, arguably for both parties. You got your makeup that you got to put on. You want to have a nice outfit to go on a date with this guy, you know, depending on where you're going. Sleeping around, courting multiple, not even courting, but like seeing multiple women, I'm sure can probably get pricey. You know what I mean? But maybe if you ask broken Bruce, he can probably assist cheating Chase with how to leech off woman for the low. I don't really know. But essentially, it's a pretty pricey thing to do. So I'm assuming you're not making money. If all day long, all you're doing is smoking blunts and banging chicks, you're not making moolah. It's just that cut and dry for me. That's the formula. It just doesn't work like that. Where's your job? What are you doing? You ever had those guys that text you? Let me add this. What you doing, Walter? I don't want to see WYD again. What you doing? What did you do with all that time you saved typing that short sentence? Did you get a diploma? What'd you do? Because you're saving a lot of time. I could not stand. Let me tell you something. I was talking to this guy recently. I mean, I don't even want to give it that title. I had a conversation with a guy recently, and he was like saying you as like you. I said, I don't know what is going. I've never been spoken to in this broken down English before. And I'm Jamaican and we speak patois, and that's broken English. Big up to Jamaica, yes. What's it going, yeah? And I'm not getting it because you're not Jamaican and we don't say that either. So I'm confused on why you're saying you just like you. Like, this is so lazy. Like, that's how it makes me feel. It makes me feel like flop. Like, that's how I feel. Like, what is happening over here? I can't stand that. Like, I don't understand why you can't just type something very simple. You know what I mean? And I hate the what you do in text. It means you're not doing anything. If you have time to ask me every 5 seconds, what you doing? Not only are you writing the acronym for it because you're so busy, but also it really honestly just shows a lack of effort. And it also means that I really consider you to be a lazy person. Because if you can't type a full sentence in someone that you're interested in, I don't really think there's much else that you could do, babe. Yeah, I don't want to put too much on you by asking you to spell the words, what are you doing? Because it seems like that's a lot to ask from you. Now, back to cheating Chase. I don't think that enough men sometimes, unhealthy men I'm speaking about, consider that the person that you are disposing of and mistreating is someone's daughter and like niece, whatever, someone's sister. Perhaps those guys have sisters of their own. That really shows a baseline of disrespect for women. All of us in the entire universe come from women. How could you disrespect one? Like, genuinely ask yourself that question. How can you disrespect a woman? And you came from a woman. So when you actually come from this sound standpoint, I would like to think that it would make some of you reconsider how it is that you're treating women. And really from a human collective standpoint, don't mistreat anybody because we're all someone's daughter, we're all someone's son, brother, sister, whatever the case is. Be a good person. Really. Now, keep in mind that people like Cheating Chase, okay, they are liars. Cheaters are liars, liars are cheaters. This is what they do. And they will try and cover up their tracks with lavish gifts and grand gestures. That is what these types of men, I know I just cheated on her. Okay, it's totally in the bed that we sleep into, but I'm gonna buy her some Coach shoes. That'll fix it. I'm gonna buy her, these Yves Saint Laurent glasses, whatever the case is. The grandeur, the gesture, I mean, let's look at what Offset did to Cardi. He bought her what? Like a ton of Venus at Fleur flowers that literally had her name spelled out. And we all know what he was doing, right? The grandeur, the gesture, sometimes it's something to look into. Sniff, sniff. Okay, because it ain't looking right and it's not smelling good. This guy also is the guy that will go publicly comment on girls' photos on social media while they're in a relationship too. While they're in a relationship, they're commenting heart eyes, fire emojis on girls' photos. And then they want to tell you, wow, like, I know you take social media that serious. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it's not that serious. Okay, so how would you like me to comment on guys' photos? Yeah, those abs, or drooling emoji, whatever the case is. Now they want to minimize what it is that they're doing, and you're embarrassing me, and you're embarrassing yourself. You're a clown. Yeah, that's what you are. Why are you publicly commenting on someone's photos and everyone knows that we're supposed to be together? I'm confused. So yes, these guys are gonna gaslight you and make you feel like everything you're doing, you're blowing everything out of proportion, because again, they want to manufacture these things out of you, but then they take zero responsibility for your reaction. They're only reacting to your reaction and then getting mad at you for it. And lastly, let's be real here, okay? This guy also gives you infections. Ladies, stop dealing with guys that are gonna be throwing off your pH. Yeah. If Cheating Chase is sleeping with her, them, all around the square, you need to protect yourself. This guy is now a health hazard. This is now a problem that we need to take up with the hospital because the gyno, I got a call. They said they're tired of seeing you. They've been talking about you in the office and they said, they didn't name names, but I know, they said, when will she learn? Because she keeps coming back here for the mean yeasty and or like the BV and like he just keeps, why are you ladies doing this to yourself? You really want to be on antibiotics for the rest of your life? I get it. Well, I can just get rid of it. I don't want to get it. I don't want my body to be exposed to it. I'm torturing myself. So not only is this person not healthy for me mentally, but this person has now become a physical manifestation of what is not healthy for me. I am good. Okay. Anybody that is going to compromise now your health, okay, is not someone that you want to stay with. I'm being serious, ladies. Stop sticking around for guys that literally are throwing off your pH, okay? That means you gotta go. It's not meant to be. I don't know what more signs that you need, but let this be the last one. And I say that in peace and love because I really do love you. Next, we're gonna move on to Aggressive Albert. Yeah, he doesn't really like his name much, and that may contribute to his aggressiveness too, but that's a story for another day. This guy is the definition of toxic masculinity. Yeah, he always feels the need to exercise his power, and dominance over people. If he's short, he could potentially have Napoleon syndrome, because that's a thing too. This guy just has a lot of serious anger issues, lots of childhood trauma, and the only reason that he probably gets women to stay is because women feel bad for him because they know his troubled past. We need to grow out of that phase, ladies, where it's like, oh, well, he grew up in an abusive home. Oh, okay. So that green lights all of this person's behavior because, oh, we know their upbringing. No, it doesn't. And this guy essentially is walking anxiety. You have no peace. You're literally up sitting by the phone because you don't know when is the day or the night you're going to have to pick him up from jail. Okay. You don't know if you're going to have to, wait on standby because he got kicked out of the club. You don't know what this guy's doing. And you're sitting up at night on standby because oh my God, what am I going to have to bail him out of now? That is not a life that you deserve to live. And more than likely, this guy's going to express a lot of angry tendencies towards you too. And don't let this person tell you, oh, I'm only like that because I really do care about you and I really love you. If I didn't love you, then I wouldn't act like this. No, if you did love me, you wouldn't be this way literally at all. If you loved yourself, you wouldn't be like this, okay? Do not fall for this type of, trick. That's what a lot of people do. They try to cover up their aggression and poor behavior as I only reacted like this because I care about you. That is not true. Anyways, regardless, aggressive Albert is a mess, okay? And nobody, especially that you're in a relationship with, should make you feel unsafe. Okay, next we got Depressive Dave, okay? You ever date someone and it's just like, womp, womp. It's like a permanent cloudy day. Now, I wanna also say, that's not to take away from the severity of depression. It's a very serious diagnosis. However, some people are just resistant to even making an attempt to want to get better. And really, to be honest, this guy was depressed before he met you. Now, I don't know if this is a new Gen Z thing where it's like, depressive vibes, sad vibes, like, I don't really know if that's like a thing. So it kind of seems like it is. I'm not a Gen Zer, I'm a millennial. So I don't know how that goes, but I wanna say to my baby angels, if you guys are like into like that, sad boy, yeah, life sucks, be careful, because, you know, that's when you get people that, in all very seriousness, they do a lot of drugs, like with peace and love and respect. I don't even want to name names, but some rappers that maybe a lot of us know that may have, you know, passed away to unforeseen circumstances due to their lifestyle choices, because they just, not saying that they're choosing depression, but they're kind of, in a way, you can argue, glamorizing that, or proudly saying like, oh yeah, I'm so numb to the pain, I'm just gonna like pop mad like bars, and like, yeah, I'm just so sad. And like, they can very much feel these things, but if they're not actively doing something to try and get help, at least, I'm not speaking for those people specifically, but in general, if you know that somebody is around you that's like this, there's only a matter of time before this is going to bleed on into you. You're afraid to express your accomplishments and celebrate your accomplishments with this individual, because how happy can they really be? They only have one mode. It's depressed. Like, that's the only emotion that they have. It is a personality trait of theirs right now. And again, not making light of a serious diagnosis such as depression. But what I'm saying is, we all know when somebody is just choosing to stay stuck in their circumstances. And what's interesting about people like Depressive Dave is they really do self-medicate. So he doesn't want to get help in therapy, you know, to go about it in a more healthier way, but he would rather self-soothe. So this guy is going to abuse drugs and alcohol and all these things. And we all know that realistically, people that abuse drugs and alcohol tend to be very manipulative people. That's why I'm bringing this up, because you can find yourself in a situation where you are carrying this person's burdens and dealing with traumas and things that this person is actually battling with that it pre-existed, okay, before meeting you, and you're carrying this as though it's your own. You cannot be with someone like this. You cannot absolve all their issues and try to be their, you know, everything, their emotional crutch. And this person will also have you up at night. Yeah, I just took these pills. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink it away. Yeah, man. I'm really not trying to be funny, but I've experienced people like this where it's like, in the moment, it's not funny. It's like you're scared, you're freaked out because this person is like telling you they're gonna do these things, and it feels almost like attention seeking, and not from the standpoint of, I actually want help, I'm crying out for help. I mean, they're kind of making light of something that's supposed to be serious themselves, because for them, it's just another way to manipulate you. So they're just like, these people are, there's only but so long that you can be around someone that is extremely toxic before you end up just, you know, becoming just like that in your own way, okay? These types of people, it will manifest its way into your own life. Next, we have Excuses Edward. And like we know, this guy has an excuse for everything. He's gonna get a job. It never happens. He'll pay you back as soon as he gets on his feet. He's not on his feet yet. He's floating on your dime. I'm scared. I'm confused. This guy always has an excuse in his mouth. Like, it is scary at this point. When will you realize, being the more sound person, that he told me that he was looking for a job like 6 months ago, and he said that they were running a background check on him and that he got the job, but like, I mean, I didn't think it took 6 months to like do a background check. Yeah, that was not a background. If they did the background check, well, he failed it, okay? Or that probably never happened at all, okay? And what's weird about these types of people is they make you afraid to confront them with what they brought to you. Now, make that make sense. How does that happen? I'm like walking on eggshells to like ask you, hey, just want to check in to see if like how's the job search going, you know? And they're like, oh my God, like, yo, bro, hold on, I'm on the game. Bro, don't kill me. Yo, don't kill me, I'm on the game. Yo, I told you, like, yo, you're always bothering me when I'm doing something. Like, you know I'm about to get a job. Bro, that's crazy. I just died on the game. I just died on the game because of you. What are you doing with that clown? What are you doing with somebody like that? He just tried to talk to you in the middle of a Twitch conversation. I have to go. I really do, okay? Now, with this type of person, okay, an excuse is Edward. This guy lacks motivation, okay? And like I said before, there's only but so much time that you can hang out with someone on a consistent basis before this manifests itself into your own life. You all of a sudden don't want to do anything. You have an excuse for doing things now. And you know why it happens like this? Because more than likely, you can't even talk to him about how it is that you feel. So you're going to actually put that onto other people. So all of the feelings and things that you were hoarding that you should be placing on that individual, you're putting onto everyone else that doesn't deserve it. And that is usually how it goes. This guy will have you feeling very stuck because you're gonna have to overcompensate for his lack of motivation. These guys are often opportunists and they usually look for women that have a lot of stability, especially houses. Yeah. They leech onto you and keep you living on a pipe dream that one day they'll get it together. Yeah, they will, just not in this lifetime. In conclusion, angels, it is very important that we stop recycling these liars, cheaters, depressive, aggressive, excuse-having, mentally draining clowns of the world. Because why? Our higher selves cannot develop on that frequency. I said to you guys in my last video, what would life look like as you showing up as your higher self? Well, it doesn't look like dealing with these clowns, right? If being around somebody does not elevate you, you have a problem. I believe that elevation is a two-way street. There needs to be growth and elevation on both ends. No one deserves to be with anyone that's gonna bring them down and make them circle the drain in life. So make sure that you are staying away from these types of people. That is the end of this video, angels. Thank you so much for watching this. If you guys watched all the way till the end, then leave a star emoji in the comment section below. Do not forget that I love you and God loves you, and I'll see you beautiful angels in my next video. Mwah.